Most sales leaders are interested in one business goal, hitting their number. If you talk to the more tactical sales leader, they're going to point to a few underlying challenges that they face in attaining that goal, such as really getting better engagement with the customer, but that remains very elusive and even harder to define. Delivering that right message to the right person. But most organizations still cannot do this, and that divide between sales and marketing continues. The ever elusive 360-degree view. It's becoming harder than ever before. We have more data and more channels that our customers are interacting with. And finally, rep productivity. Sales leaders have invested heavily in productivity apps for decades, but has it helped? The problem is that sales leaders were right about the solutions, but the technology hasn't enabled sales to address the challenges. So a new paradigm is needed, one based on intelligent customer engagement that is delivered through event-driven processes. This new model will empower reps and sales leaders to do more than ever before. So where Salesforce Automation today is a sales rep-centric management tool, tomorrow it will be customer-centric. Where Salesforce Automation today is sales and marketing focused, tomorrow it extends across the customer lifecycle. And where Salesforce Automation today is a system of fragmented APIs, isolated data, and disconnected enterprise activities, tomorrow it will be dominated by a few major players that own an engagement platform, one that is built on data, insights, and orchestrated actions across applications. This new model will empower reps and sales leaders to do more than ever before. In the age of the customer, buyers have the upper hand in the relationship with sellers. With nearly limitless access to information, they can dictate their own customer journeys rather than follow the predefined funnel. Businesses that want to connect with these customers and these prospects must be prepared to quickly understand and respond to their needs better than the competition can. We must move from being process-driven to event-driven with insights and guidance engines that can suggest best actions, surface relevant presentation materials, and even inform sellers on ideal times and methods to engage with their buyers. These intelligent capabilities must permeate through and be core to the sales technology strategy. So to go into detail here how we at Microsoft are doing this, and specific to the spring release, will be a number of program managers joining me from the engineering team of Dynamics 365. A key theme in the spring release for Dynamics 365 for sales is intelligence and sales productivity. Before I turn it over to Jason to talk about some additional new features coming with our embedded intelligence, I want to touch on what was formerly known as Relationship Insights. 3 of the features, Relationship Assistant, Auto Capture, and Email Engagement, are now part of the core sales application, GAing this spring as embedded intelligence. The 4th feature, Relationship Analytics, will be moving into a public preview, and more information will be available on that around our sales insights. So with that, I want to turn it over to Jason, talk about some new embedded intelligence functionality that's coming with the release.
Thanks, David. Today, I'd like to share 2 very exciting new features in Dynamics 365 Embedded Intelligence, icebreakers and enhancements on the Relationship Assistant. Let's start with icebreakers. Each one of us interact with countless stakeholders each day. It's hard to remember every detail about each one, especially if we haven't spoken recently or whom I've never met face-to-face. Icebreakers identifies key conversational starters from your emails and reminds you of them when you need them most. For example, if someone sent you an email, "Yes, I'll be attending the Northwind Printers meetup in Seattle. While I'm there, I'll watch a Seahawks football game to see what all the fuss is about." Through the use of machine learning, Icebreakers will zero in on this sentence. Icebreakers identifies conversational topics relating to sports, health, family, and entertainment to remind you of conversational starters. Let's see a demo. Here on my screen, I'm looking at a contact, Anna Lideman. On the upper right, I see the icebreakers. While I'm in town, I watch a Seahawks football game to see what all the fuss is about. This was sent to me 2 hours ago, and it's probably something I want to discuss with Anna the next time I speak with her. If I need more context, I can drill down into this email, and I can see the remainder of the email. I'll be attending the Northwind Printers event in Seattle next week. I'm looking forward to meeting your team. The key points I would like to discuss is volume discounts and time to delivery. Good things to know in addition to the context that she's going to see a Seahawks game. I also see 2 additional icebreakers. We are dealing with a medical emergency in the family, and this was 5 days ago. And previous to that, I am on vacation spending time with my family in Cancun. Hopefully, nothing bad happened in Cancun. With icebreakers, never forget key details about each of your contacts. Next, I like to talk about the Relationship Assistant enhancements. Dynamics 365 allows quick entry of notes on the timeline. Sometimes the ease of taking notes results in notes in place of what should be activities, such as meetings, phone calls, or contacts. With the update of the Relationship Assistant, Dynamics 365 monitors the timeline and gives intelligent suggestions for creating activities, tasks, and contacts, among other smart suggestions such as content requests, issue detection, or meeting requests. For example, she introduced me to Smith from their purchasing department. Dynamics will prompt to create a new contact with Smith. Let's take a look. Here in the timeline, I see there's 3 key activities. The second and third also have highlighted underlined text. I met with Anna yesterday to discuss Q2 product requirements. And on the third, she introduced me to Smith from their purchasing departments. Both of these sentences allows for actionable insights, and I can take action on these very easily. She introduced me to Smith from their purchasing department, and I can click on it, edit and create a contact, and I can fill in the details that I'm missing. So the first name here is John, and his job title here is purchasing. And I can save the contact. It'll get saved and created, and now it's in your system. Not only does the Relationship Assistant offer timely and actionable insights by generating a collection of next best actions, it now also monitors your notes to easily suggest activities, tasks, and contacts.
Continuing with our theme around intelligence and sales productivity, I want to talk about the additional investments that Microsoft is making into the Sales Insights add-on that will be available with the spring release. This includes the relationship analytics that used to be part of Relationship Insights, as well as predictive lead scoring. And to show that in a demo today is Ash.
Thanks, David. All right, let's look at how Dynamics 365 predictive lead scoring can help sales rep Veronica prioritize her leads. Veronica is going to look at her lead pipeline, her open leads, and wants to exceed her quota attainment. For this, she must focus her efforts on high-quality leads. She has struggled with identifying quality leads in the past. But now, alongside her leads is a lead score, along with grades and the lead score trend. The lead score will help her prioritize on quality leads. The trend will signal her whenever there is a good lead losing traction. Veronica can immediately take qualification action for the ones that are in grade A or high score. There can also be business process flow built on these grades and scores. For the ones that do not have a grade score and needs more clarity, she can drill deeper into the insights. Let's say Veronica opens this grade B lead, which has a score of 61. As you might be familiar with this, it opens up the lead form, but now there is this new lead prediction widget. It has the lead score, grade, and the trend. Alongside with it, it has reasons. It has 10 reasons that are influencing the score. The reasons include information not only from the lead entity, but from related entities such as account and contact. Here you can see information such as budget amount is coming from lead, and information such as the relationship type is coming from contact. The score with the reasons can enable Veronica to make an informed decision of qualifying or disqualifying a lead, or it can also trigger her to set up a follow-up with the lead. She can also provide feedback on the scores based on her domain knowledge by clicking on the feedback icon right up here. So once she clicks on the feedback icon, she can provide a guesstimate of the score based on her domain knowledge. And by clicking on send, this information comes to us, which we can use to further enhance the scoring in future. You might be wondering how difficult it was to set up the machine learning model. Well, there is a one-click model creation experience that enables sales ops and admins to create predictive models without the need of any data science expertise. The model will not only consider attributes, including custom attributes on the standard lead entity, but also attributes from the related entities such as account and contact. All the predictive goodness will show up directly in the out-of-box forms and views that sales reps are familiar with. So in summary, with this new predictive scoring offering, we hope to make sales reps such as Veronica achieve more by focusing on less. Thank you.
All right, to finish up the theme on intelligence and sales productivity, I want to talk about how we continue to make investments between Dynamics 365 and the rest of Microsoft. Today, I want to have Elad talk about our investments in Microsoft Teams, the newest collaboration functionality from Microsoft.
Thank you, David. Today, the sales process is fast, involves many people from different areas in the company, and the communication and collaboration of sales team take place across many different channels. Specifically, when it comes to productivity, there are many software that salespersons need to use in order to collaborate and communicate efficiently. This includes, for example, emails, meetings, file sharing, messages, and calls. Each one has its own business software. To stay on top of things, salespersons want to be able to switch quickly between these software, display relevant information so they can easily get the context for the discussion, and most important, they don't want to bother with the question of what software I should use. We want to bring the right information to the software salesperson prefer to work with, not the other way around. Microsoft Teams is a collaboration tool which was released last year, and in Dynamics 365, we want to help our users collaborate with Teams with the right context from Dynamics 365. Users will be able to link Teams to records and use channels to collaborate on these records, as you can see here. Salesperson will see the group conversation in Dynamics 365 and the same conversation within Microsoft Teams. Think of the scenario where Wally, a salesperson, looks at opportunity in Dynamics 365 and has a question about it. Wally starts a conversation in Dynamics 365 where he can see the details of the opportunity and asks Susan a question about it. Wally needs to leave the office for a meeting, so we can continue the conversation in Microsoft Teams or in the mobile app for Microsoft Teams. Also, in Teams, we are going to bring Dynamics 365 information. Users can set their own personal tabs and communicate in a channel tab. Additionally, users will be able to log a group conversation on the opportunity timeline with just few clicks. Finally, we introduced Dynamics 365 Bot. Let's say that I want to know how my top opportunities are doing. Instead of navigating to Dynamics 365, I can simply ask the bot to display the list of these opportunities. From here, I can select an opportunity. And even update it without leaving Microsoft Teams. We are planning to release this new and exciting integration during the coming year, and we will start with the bot as a preview in the next coming month. Thank you.
The spring release of Dynamics 365 for Sales introduces 3 core themes. The first being user experience, intelligence and sales productivity, and the third being relationship selling. But before we dive in deep with those, I wanted to kind of highlight an additional item, and that is the Dynamics 365 marketing application that will be hitting the market. Built on the same platform as sales, it is critical to a sales strategy. While I won't be going deep into it, I wanted to make sure I called it out and make sure you go and spend the time on that dedicated session. So let's come back to the themes. I want to start off by talking about user experience, and Daniel here is joining me to go into detail on that.
Awesome, thank you, David. In this release, one of our main focus is to ensure that your sales team can benefit from the new unified interface from day one. The experience that they already see on the phone is now available directly from a web browser, so no need to learn a new paradigm. Let me walk you through a few sales scenarios to showcase the unified client in action and highlight some extra new features. But before we jump into that, let's configure our sales organization. The first thing that any mature sales organization wants to do is set up a territory structure. In this scenario, I'm going to create a sales territory for our EMEA region. So let me go here to our territories, and create a brand new region and assign this to our manager, Nancy. Another thing we want to ensure is that our sales team is performing against their quotas. We can use goals to do that. In the new experience, I can set up a goal for Nancy. I select the goal metric and the goal owner. I'm going to choose a revenue here. The owner is Nancy. I want to set up this goal for a fiscal period Q1. It's already set up. And finally, I want to set her a quota of $150,000 per period. And now I can save it. The next thing we're going to do is configure a product catalog to help our sales team sell our products. We can even organize products into families. I've already created 2 product families, household appliances and electronics, each one with their own properties. Now I want to show you something new. I intentionally created this Surface Hub product under the wrong family. It inherited the household appliance property. Now if I correct it to the electronics category, let me just save. The right property is inherited. As a bonus, I can also add new properties right here at the product level. We are now done configuring this product. Let's publish this. Now let's walk through a salesperson scenario. In our case, the sales process starts with a lead. We can easily create that lead from anywhere on the app. I click here on the global action set and enter the required information. Interest in our Surface Hub with a budget amount of $200,000, and my potential customer is John Anderson. And I save this. Once I've qualified my lead, I am now on my opportunity. All the important information is available. I can see the estimated close date, the estimated revenue, and other important details for this opportunity, like the sales team and the competitors. I just remembered that there's a new competitor on the scene. Let's see how to add it. I click here on Add New Competitor. Here in the lookup, I see a new button. I click on it. The new competitor is Coho Venture Inc. I save, and the competitor is automatically added. The business process flow allows my organization to standardize our sales process. It provides me help on the steps to do next. It is always accessible by clicking on the target right here. I can also dock it to keep it in context while I work. Let's do that. In the middle is the timeline control. It allows me to see a historical of all the activities that have occurred on this account. And it's super easy to add a note or even create a new meeting. Or I can click right here and I have multiple options. The relationship assistant is always in context, helping me with relevant information. Seems like this opportunity is closing soon. I better hurry up. Let me add products to the opportunity then. If I click here on product line items, I can select Add New Opportunity Product and choose the Surface Hub I had just created. I select a quantity of 10, and I can save and create new if I needed to, but in this case, I'll only save this. We are now ready to move on to the next stage and create a quote. Let's click on the Quote tab. Here I add a new quote. Now on my quote, I have all the relevant information for my proposal, ready to be sent to my customer. Let's activate the quote and wait for a response. My customer has agreed to our proposal. We can now create an order for our back office and close the opportunity as one. These are just some examples of how the new user experience will help your sales team and your salespeople be more productive and efficient.
The third theme in the spring 2018 release of Dynamics 365 for Sales is relationship selling. Microsoft and LinkedIn have combined to provide an offer in the market called Relationship Sales, which really brings together the best of Dynamics 365 for Sales and LinkedIn Sales Navigator. To showcase some of the current functionality, as well as what's coming in the spring release, is Carlos.
Thank you, David. Both LinkedIn and Microsoft endeavor to empower people and organizations. LinkedIn continues to focus on connecting the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. And we see a great opportunity to help ensure that everyone can benefit from digital technology and the new opportunities created by the digital economy. Together, LinkedIn and Microsoft bring even greater value to our members, as well as our customers and their businesses. When we talk about digital transformation, we're really talking about digital transformation outcomes. Our opportunity is to help every customer build their digital capability into every aspect of their business to drive these outcomes. Empowering employees is about providing tools that fuel collaboration and productivity. Engaging customers is about building better, stronger engagements by harnessing data representing a complete view of the customer space. Operation optimization is about reshaping customer relationships and service models by gathering data across a wide, dispersed set of endpoints, which includes the social graph. Finally, product transformation is about reinventing products, services, and business models using digital content to capitalize on emerging revenue opportunities. These are the digital transformation outcomes that we seek. Today, we will see new integrations between Microsoft Graph and LinkedIn that bring together economic opportunity and productivity at massive scale. But first, let's do a quick recap of the capabilities available today. First, widgets on the web client, providing context and embedded insights about LinkedIn members and companies inside Dynamics 365. Next, CRM Sync allows Sales Navigator to operate in full context of existing leads and accounts already captured inside of the Dynamics organization. And finally, CRM Writeback allows Dynamics users to capture the interaction that happens inside Sales Navigator. Today, we're also taking the Sales Navigator widgets to the next level by introducing the Sales Navigator controls for Unified Client on desktop. These controls are fully customizable and modular. They are powered by the control framework in the Unified Client, giving the system administrator or customizer full control of when and where to show the LinkedIn insights on any form according to each organization's unique sales processes. There is a total of 8 controls, 2 top cards, 1 for account information and another for lead information, and 6 other modular insights that can be placed on different sections of the form where they add more value to the various phases of the sales process. Let's dive into a live environment to see how the controls work. This is the lead form on Unified Client, running on the desktop form factor. Notice how I added the top card control front and center, so the first thing my users will see is the information from their LinkedIn member profile. The lead form has a section called Stakeholders. This is where I can capture the most important people from the customer side that need to be involved in this deal. It would be great if I could know who works around Daniel to fill out this list, and LinkedIn knows that information. What I will do is customize this form to include the related leads control. In order to customize the form, I'm going to open my form editor. So here I have all the fields that are available on the lead form, and to add a new field, what I'm going to do is look for the first name, which is the field that is used to create and map the LinkedIn member profile control. I'm going to drop the first name field right below the stakeholders list. And then what I'm going to do is change the properties of that field. So the first thing that I can do is hide the display label from the form. This is going to give me the full width of the column so that the control can expand and occupy the entire available space on the screen. Now here on the Controls tab, what I'm going to do is add a new control, and this is going to present the list of controls that are available in my organization. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick the LinkedIn Sales Navigator lead control. After I click Add, the last thing that I have to do is just map all the different fields that this control takes to the fields available on this lead entity. Last name gets mapped to last name field. I don't happen to capture email and job title, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip those 2 fields. But company name happens to be available on this form. The last thing that I'm going to do is change the format of this control, make sure that I'm using the right module. So I want to make sure that I'm going to be displaying the recommended leads control, which is the one that gives me information about the people around Daniel. So next, I just click Save and Publish. And now if I just go ahead and refresh the form, I'm going to see the new control available below the stakeholders list. And this is the one that is going to bring me LinkedIn insights so that I can better fill out the list of stakeholders that will be participating on this deal.
What a great wealth of information that was shared on the new features and functionality coming to the Dynamics 365 for Sales application this spring. Recapping quickly, we talked about the new user experience that's coming with the interface with this spring release. We went into our embedded intelligence functionality, the Sales Insights add-on, and the continued investment with Microsoft collaboration tools, this time with Microsoft Teams. And we finished with the relationship selling scenario, really focused on the deep relationship that we have with LinkedIn and our features and functionality that we are building out with their Sales Navigator solution. So as we finish up, if you want to reach out and learn more information about these features and functionalities, as well as the wealth of information on the entire application, go to our website or reach out to your local Microsoft seller or local partner. Again, I want to thank you and have a great day.